projects. I picked out 4 projects to talk about, and I'll talk about how they connect to the outcomes. And then I'll have a conclusion where I'll talk about my goals for the future. So first, an introduction. My name is Emily Myrov. I'm in 11th grade. I've been at IAC since 5th grade. Up here are some pictures of my family and friends. Up there in the top corner I have my older sibling, and then next to that is my dad, under that is my mom, and then next to that is my younger brother and my cousin's baby, who I decided to include because she's really cute. And then my hobbies include theater, which is that photo with a bunch of people. That was from Zombie Prom, which was a really fun show to do. I made a lot of friends, and I learned a lot. I'm also going to be in one of the May shows, Mindfulness the Musical, where I'll be playing the narrator. So it's really good. You should come see it. I like listening to music a lot. I like Legos, which the Hogwarts Castle is made out of Legos there in that photo. I actually made that over quarantine. And I like to do a lot of reading. A book I'm reading right now is The Song of Achilles. So my first goal is turning in assignments on time. I chose this goal because I was procrastinating a lot, and since I was procrastinating, I wasn't able to get everything done. So I would have to turn in assignments late so that I would get it all done. So that was causing my grades to go down a bit. Yeah, this goal hasn't been too successful. I'm still trying to work on it. And I think I'll probably work on it next year as well. And so maybe I'll be able to do it next year. My second goal is to work on getting ready for college. So like visiting colleges or looking at colleges on SCORE to see what colleges I might be interested in. I did okay on this goal. I was able to look at a lot of colleges on SCORE, and I was able to visit one college over April vacation, and I'll show you my tracking sheet. So for the first goal, tracking my goals, or tracking my turning in work on time, I tracked if I had work first of all, or if I finished it early, and I also tracked if I was able to turn in to do work right when I got home, so that I wouldn't procrastinate, and I tracked that each day. And I also, on Fridays, I checked to see if I had any missing work on Aspen, just to make sure that I didn't forget about anything. And my second goal, I tracked weekly to think about what I did that week. So a lot of it was just looking at colleges. A lot of times I didn't do anything because I was lazy. So those were my goals this year. So now on to my projects. My first project is my roller coaster project from math. I took this class for honors, so I had a bit of extra work. So for this project, we were given a bunch of graphs and equations. We had to do a lot of graphing in this project, which I did not like because I don't like graphing. I find it really hard. And then there was a part where we had to create a roller coaster design and graph it. And there was some extra work I did have to do for honors. So in these pictures, I have 4 of the graphs I made, and I had to write the domain and ranges of some of them, and the equations that helped create these lines or roller coasters. This relates to community membership because although this wasn't a group project, I did work with friends to answer questions I had, and we worked together on a lot of the problems. So sometimes I asked my friends for help, and sometimes they asked me for help. So we were able to work a lot together. And this also relates to systems thinking because I was able to do a lot of graphing. And so for systems thinking, we had to graph a lot of points on the graph of where the coaster would be at certain times. So we tracked where it would be on the line. Overall, this was a pretty interesting project, but I did not like doing a lot of graphing. So next is my song analysis project from English. This was the first semester. The class was analytical writing. And so for this class we got to pick some songs that we got to connect to our lives and our experiences. So the songs I chose were The River by Aurora and Exist for Love, also by Aurora. Those are some of my favorite songs, and I listened to them over and over again a lot at that time. So I really was like hyper fixated on those songs, so it was easy to relate to. So we had to go through the whole essay process of drafting and editing and peer editing. And I'm not usually good at writing a lot and writing essays, but this was easier because it was about something I like, which is music, and so I was able to write more than I thought I would be able to. This relates to effective communication because I had to communicate how these songs related to my life a lot and go into a lot of detail about that. So I have this right here. And so I talked a little bit about the artist and the albums that these songs were from. And I picked out specific lines that I related to, and I talked about how they related to my life and the experiences I've gone through in life. So I was pretty proud of my work on that. Next is my portfolio project from web design. This was a class I took in first semester. For this project, we got to create a portfolio of our projects through the semester, and we got to create it to be however we'd like. So I decided to make it look like you're swiping through songs on a playlist. And so I included 2 projects and an about me. So to do this, we had to brainstorm what we wanted our design to be, and then figure out the coding to make it like do what we wanted it to, if there were special animations we wanted to do, and to make sure everything was in the right place. I connected this to problem solving because we really had to figure out what code would help make the portfolio look the way we wanted it to and in specific places. So this is what it looked like. First it was an about me, and you're able to click on the next one and it goes to the next one, like you're listening to music on Spotify or something. And so this was one of my projects, a choose your own adventure project, where we got to create a choose your own adventure. And I chose mine to be called The Forest because I had it be like you're walking through a forest and you're taking different trails and making different decisions, and they all lead to different outcomes. So that was a fun project that I like to do. And then the next is a CSS project. CSS is an aspect of web design that deals a lot with details like color and stuff. So I decided to create something where I was a lot of music. Yeah, so this is what it looks like, and I can make the CDs move if you click on it. So that was really fun to do because I liked making the CDs move. I got a little distracted by just watching that a bunch of times in class. I was going to make it able to hit the back button and go back, but I didn't have time to do that. So, but if I did have more time, I would have done that because it was really fun to do, and I really liked how this turned out because I think that it looks really pretty. So my next project is my final music project from my Intro to Technology class, also in first semester. For this project, we had to showcase a lot of the skills we had learned through the year. And the way I decided to do this was to recreate a song, and I chose the song I See the Light from the movie Tangled, because I like that movie and I like that song. I also took this class for honors. Some of the skills I showcased was like using the MIDI keyboard, which is like looks like kind of like that photo up there, to like create some music, and I was able to. We used GarageBand, and we used a lot of mixing to, and used a lot of editing to change the songs and change the sounds of like the keyboard. And so I was really proud of how this turned out. I haven't been able to get the music to work, but I'll try. Nope. So I really did like how this turned out because I was working really hard in this class because I did find it really interesting. It came out to be about 2 minutes long, and I thought it sounded really pretty. This relates to self-direction because I had to stay focused. There was a few times where I had a hard time like staying focused because it was a quiet classroom because a lot of people were just working on their own thing. So sometimes I just got a little distracted and zoned out. But I was able to get back on track by just stepping away for a minute and just going out of the classroom if I needed to, or using a fidget just to help me stay focused on what I was doing. But I was able to get this project in on time, which I was really happy about because I, again, worked really hard on it. So now conclusions. So some of my plans are for the future are to get through senior year, hopefully with good grades, apply to colleges. I want to go into music and engineering and technology because I liked that music class, and so I thought it would be fun to go into. So I want to find colleges that I would like and to apply to them next year. I also have some personal goals like getting my driver's license. I do currently have my permit, so I am trying to get my license soon, do some more reading. I do have some books I want to read, and maybe getting a job. I do have a babysitting job that I do love to do, but maybe getting like a job at the mall or something might be good too. Thank you for listening to my presentation.